it is a great pleasure to welcome Gustav Mahler. Pretty scary, isn't it? Maestro, thank you for being with us.
My pleasure.
Your music, which was so difficult for audiences in your time, and you quite rightly predicted that your time would come, I think in part is difficult, not so much because of the length of the pieces. Am I doing something wrong in terms of feedback here, or is it, you're okay? But your music is a reflection of your own inner soul, the human inner soul, and an emotional view of the whole world. And it's music that encompasses more of that than I think any music written before, and perhaps any music written since.
I had said that a composer to me is an instrument upon which is played the spirit of nature or the world plays upon this composer. Now, I know of many composers who I am certain had no other objective in mind in composing other than to please people, to please themselves. And somehow this simply did not appeal to me, because a composer to me is one who must reflect everything about life. And to me, there was this great duality, a great dichotomy in all the creation, and even in the act of composing. This dichotomy I would best describe as you have on one hand the joy of life, the joy of living, and the tremendous energy and light and this surge of brightness and brilliance in life, and alongside of it you have coexisting exactly in the same space the other side of life, which is darkness and suffering. And you see it in all of creation. You see here the universal love. You see redemption. You see love of all of God's creatures on earth. You see pity and charity for man in his sufferings. And on this side, coexisting exactly with it in the world, what do you see? You have darkness, you have pain, you have suffering, you have terror, you have the panic of nature, you have the sense of desperation and pain that weighs upon all the world. And these go side by side, exactly in the same plane. And as a matter of fact, sometimes, as you know, they tilt into one another. And this to me was the supreme irony of life, that we could go from one to the other in a moment's notice. And this also was part of the very essence of composing to me, that I would approach my work with this incredible sense of joy and surge of energy, particularly when it was all going well, or particularly when I finished something. But on the other hand, every day I approached the table to write, there was this burden, there was the weight of the world and of all of history upon my shoulders, and a sense of desperation. So you see, both of these elements went into the act of composing, and they are in all aspects of life, the universe, and all of creation.
Doesn't nature